Started here. So yeah, first, a few executive decisions I made. One, did the poll on whether people want music, and people pretty much overwhelmingly said they did not want music, so we're not gonna have music. I mean, I don't do music, but occasionally someone comes to my chat and is like, "Oh, you should play music," and it's kind of a hassle, to like figure out what music you're gonna play that doesn't get hit by a copyright strike. So if the fans are not overwhelmingly in favor of music, we're definitely not doing music. Uh, Second decision I made, I asked on my YouTube community page what deck people wanted me to play. Got pretty much all different kinds of answers. I decided to go with Rescue Cat because it was a deck that I was thinking about building anyways. I was kind of like, I think there's some potential here with this. But I didn't know. I was kind of unsure. So someone suggested Rescue Cat, and then I think someone else upvoted him, and I'm like, okay, 2 people want me to play Rescue Cat. Good enough for me. I think Zombies was the most popular suggestion overall. It's interesting about Zombies, because, like, the build that won the FLC recently, I liked a lot of things about the deck, but, like, the Zombies weren't one of them. I was like, oh, Royal Decree, that seems like a good card. Oh, Berserk Gorilla, that seems like a good card. Oh, playing 3 Kaikus, that seems like a good card. But I don't know. I mean, not that the rest of the deck was bad, I don't know. There are kind of some cool zombie combos, like Tribute to the Doomed, like, plus Book of Life is a neat, like, pseudo combo. So there's actually, like, a ton to talk about with this deck, because I haven't played this deck before. I did look at, like, other people's lists. Like, I looked at, what's that guy's name? Like, AJT or something. I looked at his list. Had some ideas. One thing that I want to talk about, I think that bears mentioning in Go format is, as far as I know, like, someone will correct me and tell me that I'm wrong, but as far as I know, there are only 2 combos in GOAT format that are 2-card combos that deal 8,000 plus damage. One of them is Cyberstein plus Megamorph, right? Because you just get a Master Vaz, Megamorph your guy, and that's like, I don't know, that's like more than 9,000. Ha ha ha. And then the second 2-card combo that does more than 8,000 damage is Rescue Cat plus Last Will. Premature Burial, of course, can also be used instead of Last Will. So I'm thinking, like, okay, there are 2-card combos in GOAT format that deal more than 8,000 damage, and yet, like, no one is playing either one. So I don't know. I think there's something to both those there. Did I say that Rescue Cat, of course, is, like, unlike Cyberstein plus Megamorph, like, that can be blocked by Scapegoat, whereas with Rescue Cat, we play Panda, so, like, they can Scapegoat all they want. It's not going to make any difference. So let's talk about some choices. First of all, I want to talk a little bit about, like, how I build these kinds of decks in general, how I approach the deck building process. When I start out, like, building a new deck, oftentimes I usually try to play, like, as many synergies as possible. Thanks, Steven. I try to play as many synergies as possible, and the reason why is because, if I'm playing maybe, like, I don't know, 4 different, like, synergies in my deck, probably some of those synergies are going to be good and some won't be good, but the only way to figure out which are the good synergies and which are the bad synergies is to try them all, and then just sort of cut one and lean more into the others. So that's, like, kind of what I'm doing here a bit. So for Rescue Cat, we got some good targets here. Milus Radiant, that, pumps all your Earth guys, and you'll see that in this deck there actually is, like, a lot more stuff that we can do with this than kind of in the standard Rescue Cat deck. We have Fire Panda, as I said, anti-Scapegoat, very good card in general. Some people even play this card without Rescue Cat. And then I was a little torn on what to make as, like, the third Rescue Cat target. I decided to go with Wicked Worm Beast. And, again, I might change this. After I'm done playing my games, I'll probably go back and make changes. But the reason that I decided to go with Wicked Worm Beast over Death's Wombat is because, a few reasons. If our opponent, like, sets a back row and passes turn 1, and we, like, just have Rescue Cat and want to just summon Rescue Cat and attack for some damage, usually you want to get 2 Wicked Worm Beasts, right? you can return them to your hand. And if you like open something like Rescue Cat plus Graceful, going Rescue Cat, get 2 Worm Beast, attack for 28, return them to your hand, Graceful next turn is pretty strong. Obviously, there are some other things that make Wicked Worm Beast good. One is, I don't know, just the fact that like if you're up against a deck like Monarchs or something, like they can't brain control it. If you're up against a deck that plays Creature Swap, they can't take it with Creature Swap or take it with Snatch Steal. So I don't know, we'll see. The one matchup where I really like Death Wombat better than Wicked Worm Beast is, well, I mean, Burn, obviously, but that wasn't what I am referring to, is Warriors, and that's because, like, having 1600 attack instead of 1400 is a really big deal against Warriors, because you can attack over Donzalug, and also because if they go, like, I don't know, something like Blade Knight set 4 back rows going, like, Giant Trunade into Rescue Cat into, like, Death Wombat plus Wicked Worm Beast is kind of optimal, because the Wombat crashes with the Blade Knight, and then the Worm Beast hits directly and goes to your hand at the end of the turn. So I was even considering just doing like 1-1. Doing 1 Wombat, 1 Worm Beast. And then, I mean, Sangan, that's pretty obvious. Gets Rescue Cat. Cyberstein, I've seen some Rescue Cat decks play this as a one-of before. I want to try it, because again, it's like I just kind of want to see what works. Thank you, Indoors, for subscribing. I really appreciate it. So, what was I going to say? Cyberstein. So, one of the things that we can do with this deck is, well, there's a few things. One, if we have, like, Rescue Cat Last Will, but we've, like, somehow drawn into all of our beasts, or not all of them, but if we've drawn into a lot of our good Rescue Cat targets, and we happen to have more than 5,000 life, just going Rescue Cat Last Will gets Cyberstein, that's, like, I don't know, it's a lot, it's like 8,800 or something, because the Rescue Cat gets 2 Milus Radiance, Cyberstein gets Master of Oz, and then the Milus Radiance pump the Master of Oz, and you swing for game. And in certain matchups like Reasoning Gate, just going like Cyberstein for Last Warrior is sometimes like that enough is good enough to win you the game. So having like this Stein that's searchable by a Sangan and 3 Last Wills, to me it seems worth it as a one-of. These other monsters are pretty unusual. Well, I mean, Exiled Force isn't, but I'll get into that in a sec. Yeah, thanks, Indoors. Matt, Ojometry is at 3 as far as I know, but I'll talk about that later. So Cannon Soldier is also an interesting choice. So one thing that I was thinking about is, obviously, like, Last Will is kind of like one of the key cards in our deck, and we want, like, ways to trigger it. Exiled Force is, like, really strong in our deck for that reason. Just, hey, it pops a monster and it allows us to trigger our Last Will. But obviously Cannon Soldier can also trigger Last Will. I mean, Magical Scientist decks used to do that way back in the day. Just play Cannon Soldier to trigger Last Will. Here, Cannon Soldier also has synergy because we run Scapegoat, which I'll get into. So, to me, I figure it's like, okay, our Cannon Soldier has synergy with 3 Last Wills and 2 Scapegoats. To me, that's, like, enough synergy. And obviously, like, sometimes later on in the game, sometimes your Rescue Cat combo will be, like, a little short of game, like 500 or 1,000 short. So just have Cannon Soldier to get through the last bit of damage is good. I mean, we'll see how it works. It seems like it should be good in this deck, but we'll find out. Okay, so now to talk about Exiled Force. I honestly think that if Exiled Force was at 3 in GOAT format, I think Rescue Cat would just be like an outright, like, top tier deck. So, you know, I want to have Exiled Force a lot. Obviously, like, Sangan, that's one card that searches it. But I decided to play a Reinforcement of the Army to search it as well. And I even considered playing 2 Reinforcement of the Army. I honestly just think the card is that good. Because, it triggers our Last Will while doing something extremely productive. But I didn't want to have only one target for Reinforcement of the Army, so I debated a lot what the second target should be. I was like, okay, we can do like Big Shield Garda. That's one option. The nice thing about Big Shield Garda is like if you set it turn 1 and they attack into it, it deals them, maybe 1,000 or 800 damage, and sometimes that damage is relevant. Another card that I considered, which I'm siding here, is Mystic Swordsman level 2, but I'm like, Mystic Swordsman level 2 isn't like, good against warriors, for example. It's not good against Reasoning Gate. And then I was like, okay, if we just kind of want like a generic, like good card, we can do DD Warrior Lady. And that's what I had for a while. When I was building this deck list, at one point I literally had written on my deck list, insert warrior here, because I knew I wanted a second warrior. Then I was like, okay, probably DD Warrior Lady is like just the all-around best card. But then I thought about it a little more, and I'm like, DD Assailant is probably like, in the scenarios where DD Warrior Lady is good, Assailant's probably going to be just as good, and sometimes will be better. So against Warriors, again, like 1600 is a pretty relevant stat. Like, it attacks over 1600 Blade Knight, which Warrior Lady can't do. It attacks over Tribe, which Warrior Lady can't do. And then it attacks over, like, a Spent Breaker, which Warrior Lady can't do. And then, of course, I also observed, like, it's probably not going to come up a lot, but it could come up that, like, Milus Radiant pumping DD Assailant to 2200 is relevant. Say, for example, I don't know, our opponent has a Chaos Sorcerer in defense. We have, like, Milus Radiant in our graveyard because we got it with Rescue Cat, and we have something like Reinforcement of the Army, Premature Burial. We can Reinforcement the Army for DD Assailant, Premature Burial, or Milus Radiant, attack over. Again, I'm not saying it's going to come up a lot, but it's like, I want to try it, see how much it does come up. Because if it comes up a lot, then we've, like, stumbled onto something really big. Most of the spells listed here at first are pretty standard. Obviously, we have heavy 3 True Nades. That's, like, super important. Wasn't sure if we needed the MST or not, but I figured, MST is a good card, so why not? Last will pre and staples. For our stall, we have 2 level limits. I like level limit better than Gravity Bind for a couple of reasons. Really 3 reasons. 1, level limit isn't a trap, so it doesn't get negated by Decree, which is a very popular main deck card right now. You'll see we're not playing very many traps. Secondly, level limit kills Berserk Gorilla for free, which is another card that a lot of people are maining. Not a lot, but some people are maining 3 of. So if my opponent goes Berserk Gorilla pass, I will feel thrilled if I just get to go, yeah, activate level limit, kill your guy. And then the third reason, which is kind of a minor reason, if my opponent has like Breaker or Mobius, they'll get to kill our level limit, but at least it'll get switched to defense for a turn. And then, that's not supposed to happen. And then our second, like, stall card is Scapegoat. And one of the things, like, sort of one of the fundamentals of building combo decks in general is any card that doubles as both, like, a stall card and a combo piece, happens to be really good in combo. So, I'll give you an example, right? Obviously, we know that, like, Scapegoat is good in Reasoning Gate, right? Because, it blocks hits, and we can use the tokens as fuel for, like, Monster Gate and Metamorphosis. And I don't know, there are other examples as well. Even like in Frog FTK, a lot of the monsters like Swap, Frog, and Substitute were both combo pieces and could help you buy yourself some time. So I figured, we can basically do the same thing here, because obviously Scapegoat buys us time, and it's a beast, and it's a warrior. So it gets pumped by Milus Radiant. So, like, Scapegoat plus Milus Radiant is 2,800 damage. And then we also are playing United We Stand, which, like, it works for our standard Rescue Cat combo, but it also works with Scapegoat. And then I'm also playing one Big March of the Animals, which is, in a way, kind of like a second United We Stand. Very similar. So, like, if you have Scapegoat, Mindless Radiant, plus Big March the Animals, that 3-card combo is 7,800 damage. And I even considered like leaning into this even harder by playing like 3 Scapegoat and 2 Big March of the Animals instead of double Jar of Greed. We'll see how it works out. Snatch Steal, standard card. Traps. I didn't want to play too many traps. I mean, one, because a lot of people are playing Royal Decree. That's not really the main reason, though, because we have plenty of ways in this deck to deal with Royal Decree. Primarily, I just didn't think there were a lot of traps that, like, help our combo that much. Like, obviously, the most common one to main deck is Ojama Trio, right? Because it's good with Panda. But for me, it's like Ojama Trio is good with Panda by itself, but it doesn't really help you OTK with Rescue Cat. So if I was playing like more of an aggro burn list with Panda, I would definitely want the Ojama Trios. But since it doesn't help us kill our opponent most of the time, I feel like, why would we play this? So yeah, so it's just kind of like, don't see any traps helping me too much. Other traps that I considered, one was Raigeki Break, especially with double Wicked Worm Beast. I feel like Raigeki Break could be good in this deck. I also considered Nightmare Wheel, just because like it can keep a like set Magician of Faith locked down while also burning out our opponent. And obviously you can do it on, whatever, a Blade Knight that's attacking you as well. Thanks to everyone who subbed. And to the people who sub on Twitch, I do the deal where if you want, I'll play your deck or give you deck advice or whatever it is. That's for any of the things where you're sending me money, right? I will happily give you good advice in exchange. So yeah, so I just didn't feel like there were a lot of chops that we wanted to play in this deck, so decided not to really play any. Mirror and Torrential, obviously good cards, so is Ring. Jar, it's like, didn't know. Jar's just kind of filler. Not too much to talk about in the side deck. Obviously, I did bring up Ojama Trio. I figured first of all, there's a couple of things that this deck doesn't deal with very well. And luckily, the good news is that neither of them are played very much anymore. And those two things are Thousand Eyes Restrict and King Tiger Wango. So when I was building this deck, like both the main and the side, I was trying to come up with like, okay, like what outs can we play for those? So that was like one of the reasons that I considered Raigeki Break in the main, for example, is because it outs those two cards. And thanks for following, Brant. So looking this side, I was like, oh, we want some outs for those. I mean, to some extent, we just kind of hope people don't play them. Like King Tiger Wango in general, yeah, there's some decks that side it, like Warriors side it sometimes, Monarchs side it sometimes, but we can just kind of hope that we just have one of our few outs. But one thing that I figured I might want for like a Warrior deck in particular that sides in Wangos is like Ojama Trio plus Needle Sealing. So the Ojama Trio, the reason why I like it against Warriors is just because it means they can only be attacking us with a max of 2 monsters at once. So, I was like, okay. And then I figured, like, Needle Sealing should also be pretty good against them, right? Even versus, like, King Tiger Wango, we can do things like, they have, like, I don't know, say they have, like, a Wango and a Kaiku in play. We can do something like activate Ojama Trio, Wango triggers, but they'll still have 5 monsters in play before Wango resolves, and then you can chain Needle Sealing, kill other guys. So, Needle Sealing plus Scapegoat, or Needle Sealing plus Ojama Trio, kills a full field of Warriors, even if they have, like, a Wango in play. So that's, like, kind of cool. I don't know, I decided cross out, because I figure, like, I don't know, against these T-Drag decks, we probably want that. Duo anti-combo. Vortex is just, again, outs like Wangos and Thousand Eyes. I already brought up Death Wombat. I was considering maining this. One of the advantages to maining it is it frees up a side deck slot. Dark Possessed Soul, this is a card that I have no idea is good, but it seems like it could be good. And the reason why is because, again, like, we kind of want a lot of ways to trigger our last will. And Dark Possessed Soul could be a way to do that. So I don't know, against maybe sort of like a standardish goat control deck, we could side this in instead of Cannon Soldier. So yeah, like I said, there's kind of like a lot to talk about because there's just like a lot of different synergies going on here. I'm not sure if the side deck is very good, to be honest. I think this deck has like a lot of side deck choices. Obviously, like, we also get to play Cypher Soldier. We can search it with Last Will, and it's an Earth, so it gets pumped by Milos Radiant. But yeah, there's like a lot of other things I was considering. As far as cards I was considering in either the main or the side that I decided not to play, one is actually Visor Shock. So I'll bring that up here. And the cool thing about this is that it's a last will target, and it's like basically a giant Trunade. So the fact that you could like essentially last will for a giant Trunade is pretty sick in theory. The problem is that, like, in the current meta, I feel like just way too many back rows are chainable. So I don't want to have to go like last will, Rescue Cat, get Visor Shock, bounce all your things. Oh, now they chained Raigeki Break and I can't kill them. Or now they chained Torrential and I can't kill them. So yeah, if the meta was like all like Sakuretsu armors and bottomless trap holes, I actually think you can make the case for main decking this card. But since it's mostly like Raigeki Breaks and Book of Moons, I think probably not. The other card that I was considering was Iron Blacksmith Kotetsu, because we're just like already playing 3 equips anyways, right? We got Priest, Snatch, and United, so I was like, oh, we could just play Iron Blacksmith, why not? I mean, the reason that I decided not to is, well, mainly just because, like, the way our deck is now, we can make all of their crossouts in Blade Knights and Mystic Swordsman level 2s not do anything. So I feel like if we're playing this one Kotetsu, we're just kind of asking our opponent to screw us with a Blade Knight or screw us with a crossout. Whereas if we didn't play this, their Blade Knights would be vanillas, and then, crossout would just be dead. So just something to consider. I'm definitely like a big fan of this card in general. I mean, I made a video about this card. But yeah, unfortunately, I couldn't pull the trigger this time. But in theory, I think it's a good card because everything it searches is pretty strong. So yeah, I actually kind of have to take a piss, but after that we'll get started here. All right, well, I've got my Rescue Cat IRL, so we should be ready to rock here. So yeah, I am still on the not showing my hand policy. So in a second here, we'll join. Opponent summoned Hyper Hammerhead. So let me find my game here. All right, let me make sure this looks decent. No OBS. Okay, yeah, I think we're good. So this is probably just game. I mean, it's not game yet, but the Graceful will probably draw us into something that will make it game. Or maybe not. I don't know. We'll have to see. But we definitely want a Graceful here. Yeah, Rescue Cat, Last Will, Premature. Yeah, that's just game. Yeah, we can... let's see, and then... Yeah, we'll resolve Last Will. Hold on, this guy's an Earth, though. That actually makes... Maybe this isn't game. Maybe I'm just retarded. Hold on, so we have Premature and Giant True Date. This is actually, like, complicated as shit. If we get Cannon Soldier and then Premature Cyberstein. Oh yeah, we can just get exiled. You're right. Okay. See, you guys can tell that I don't know how to play this deck. Yeah. Thanks, Dan, because it would have taken me forever to figure that out. Well, I mean, it's already game because we just have... One of the things I talked about is that this combo here is game by itself. Man, I'm just going for style points here. Okay. Oh, okay. So we won turn one. Yeah, I could have premature the rabbit too. There's like a bunch of ways to do this. I would say one of the synergies that I like in this deck is Premature Burial Trunade. Let's click Done Siding here. Like, our opponent literally summoned Hyper Hammerhead. His tournament play was Summon Hyper Hammerhead, set Call the Haunted, say go. That's not the strongest turn one play. This guy is ranked 138, so this guy probably isn't the best player, but this is good. This is a good warm up. Nice and low stakes. Duo is pretty good though. Oh, I think we're definitely discarding Jar Reed. Yeah, I will say Duo is like pretty annoying. Oh, he has Duo plus Dust Shoot. That's pretty strong. I actually think Dust Shoot isn't like that insane against our deck. Like, it seems like it should be, but like literally like the only card that we care if it gets Dust Shooted is Rescue Rabbit, right? That's basically it. I mean, obviously, their Dusty is pretty good because, like, Sanguine Torrential is pretty good combo. I don't know. I was gonna try to block hits for a while. I mean, Panda does have 1600 defense. Yeah, I gotta let him know that I'm not gonna torrential his Sanguine. So it was not destroyed, so this goes to my hand. That is acceptable. Well, we definitely get a Rhoda since we only have one target left in our deck. I mean, ironically, I don't know. I'm trying to think if Warrior Lady or Assailant would be better here. I mean, obviously, Warrior Lady could banish Sagan, but Assailant has more attack than this Hyper Hammerhead, so... I don't know. I'm just gonna try to kill this Hyper Hammerhead. Yeah, I mean, the guy going back to my hand is kind of nice with the Torrential set, to be totally honest, right? I mean... Yeah, I mean, we're just gonna Torrential here. I mean, we're playing a combo deck, so we don't really want to take damage. Oh, he's gonna Solemn? Is that what's going on here? Okay, I mean, that's fine. I will say one thing that I kind of like about this deck is that when people Solemn, it just makes it easier to OTK them. Because they paid half their life, you know what I mean? And our hand is kind of shit. We've drawn, like, a lot of monsters. Oh, shit. What is... I have to read what Amazoness Archer does. Can Amazoness Archer tribute goat tokens, though? I mean, it might still be worth, to be honest. It might still be worth. But yeah, remind me after this match is over to look up what Amazoness Archer does. And Matt, the problem, I'm not concerned about rating. The problem is that we just don't get to play a real game. Okay, so we take 26. We might lose this game. Yeah, we need to, like, draw something pretty good. Let's see. I mean, Last Will might be the card that we need. So let's see. We can go Exiled Force, kill the Bazoo. Last Will gets... what? Cat for, like, double Wicked Worm Beast? Oh, that's so gross. Indoors, I actually did think about Gigantes. I thought about it as like a side deck card primarily to kill King Tiger. But then the problem is that a lot of the decks that play King Tiger also play Kaiku, and we can't summon Gigantes while Kaiku's in play. Oh man, this is so gross. I actually feel like I have to exile and say go. No, I know exactly what Gigantes does. Problem is, if we Last Will and get something and attack over the Sanguine, then Sanguine just searches like a Hyper Hammerhead and kills us. Yeah, okay. I will say, if we end up losing to this deck, it'll be pretty embarrassing. Yeah, we just basically have to not die. That's like... That's basically it, right? If we just don't die, we can pretty reliably win. I mean, we got duo plus dust shooted and then kind of drew bad. So it's like, I don't think we can really even be mad. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna read Amazoness Archer. Wait, we have Scapegoat plus Mindless Radiant. Yeah, I mean, we'll just set goats and say go. That seems fine. I mean, if we draw a Rescue Cat, he's probably just dead. Oh my god, he has duo again. I mean, luckily it doesn't really matter that much. Like, if he hits one of our monsters, we don't really care. Yeah, like, this is fine. Because we, you know, we have, like, Premature Burial anyways. So actually, I'm trying to think. If we go Premature Stein, Churnade, get back Radiant... Like, how much damage is that? I think we'll take... Yeah, we'll take 800. We're not going to take 800 next turn, but we'll take 800 this turn. Exile doesn't particularly help us. Yeah, we'll say go again. Oh, Archer is tribute 2 to deal 1200. I mean, that's a bit different, because, like, Archer by itself can't trigger Last Will. Oh, he's gonna Torrential there? Okay, that's fine. I mean, he's 2 for 1 to himself. Not that that really matters. Okay, so he's just gonna get back Golem Sentry, flip it down. Set another monster. Well, United We Stand would have been pretty good with Scapegoat. Oh, man. Yeah, I think we just... I don't know, I feel like we kind of have to do something. So I'm trying to think. If we, like, go Gatling... That's 29... Let's see. Let's see, let me make sure I know what these cards will do. Okay, so Gatling is 26. Let's see. Minus 26. Minus 7. 14. Yeah, it's... I don't know. We're just going Gatling. This isn't a high-stakes duel here. We're just gonna go Gatling, see what happens. Like, I think if we flip at least one heads, it's game. But I'm not, like, 100% sure. I'm trying to think. If we flip 3 heads, is it game? I think if we flip 3 heads, it's not game. If we flip 2 or 1 heads, it's game. Oh, yeah. So we haven't normal summoned. So yeah, I mean, we're definitely gonna normal summon this. And then, let's see, 4,000. Oh, no, it is game. I'm pretty sure this is game. Maybe I just suck. That's an option. Maybe I'm just bad. But I'm pretty sure this is game. Actually, no. We'll put United Stand on this guy. Okay. So how much damage is that? I just want to know for, like, future reference. 2,600 plus 14, or no, plus 1,900 because the guy was pumped, plus 800, plus 2,400. Oh, that's 77, yeah. It's just weird math. Like, you're normally not adding these kind of numbers together. I believe it or not, I have 2 degrees in math, but these are weird numbers. So yeah, I mean, I will say, like, one thing that I learned is that Duo is not a card that you wanna be facing off against. You know? Yeah, let me read Amazoness Archer. Yeah, he contribute 2. I mean, it is technically, like, more damage per monster, right? Because instead of with Cannon Soldier, if you're tributing 2, it's 1,000. But with Amazoness Archer, if you're tributing 2, it's 12. So that's slightly more damage. But the problem is it doesn't trigger Will by itself. But the plus side is that it's searchable by Rhoda. I don't know. Let me bring it up over here so you guys can see it too. Oh, it's wrong deck, but whatever. So yeah, I mean, what do you guys think? Is this card worth playing? Because it's like, you know, Cannon Soldier's not an Earth. This is. Cannon Soldier's not a warrior. This is. This technically does slightly more damage. I mean, most of the time. Unless, like, you top deck this while your opponent's at 500, you know, then you'll obviously will wish it was a Cannon Soldier. Huh. Alright, we're gonna try modifying our deck. I think. Yeah, it's not once per turn. I don't know. I'm trying to think here. It's got the same amount of attack. Cannon Soldier has 14. This has 14. Well, the thing that I like about this is that it's searchable by Rhoda. I don't know. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna keep playing. And if there are a lot of times where I would have wanted to Rhoda for an Amazoness Archer, then I'm going to consider playing it. If I'm like, oh damn, we have this Rhoda, and I have this Last Will, and I really wish I could Rhoda for Archer, then it's like, okay. Yeah, I mean, being at Earth is definitely relevant. Like, it definitely has synergy with the deck. If it was a level 3, then I'd be even more inclined to play it, because that would mean that it could attack under level limit. Obviously, Cannon Soldier's not a level 3 either, but my point is that I'm trying to, you know, think of all these things. What's Little Sword? I think I know what Little Swordsman does. It's like something that switches to defense or something like that. Oh no. Offer 1 monster as a tribute to increase this monster's attack by 700 until the end of the turn. The problem is this doesn't work with, like, if you have, like, this plus Scapegoat plus Big March. If Little Swordsman was a quick effect, then I think I would play it. I don't know. I mean, Little Swordsman could be good sometimes. I mean, we could just play like a much more like hardcore scapegoat-ish deck where we just like cut the assailant, cut the cannon soldier, add the second Rhoda, play archer, and then just run like the third scapegoat. That's definitely an option. I don't know, like I said, there's just like so many complicated things you have to think about with this deck. There's so many like pros and cons to everything. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm gonna play at least one more match. That one was a warm up. Hold on, you guys. Yeah, you guys can see the deck list. So yeah, this is our deck list right now. I think Monster Gate is a little high variance. I don't know. I mean, I don't think Monster Gate would be like awful, but I don't think it would be particularly good either. And like obviously space is an issue. So hold on, let me do a save as here. So like this is what the deck like could look like. We could say screw these guys. You know, play this. Play like the second Rhoda, cause why not? Oh, limit reached. Okay. And then we could like just go like full meme here. Just go full meme. I will say, I mean, one thing that I was considering is that March of the Animals is like really good in multiples, right? Like if you have like Scapegoat, Mindless Radiant, Double March, that's like something silly like 14,000 points of damage. So yeah, you know what? Let's take this for a spin. Let's take this for a spin. I mean, this has... Yeah, it's definitely a lot better than Rush Recklessly. This has some advantages. One is, I mean, since we do play double Rhoda, we do get our Exiled Force faster, which, like, against decks that play Thousand Eyes Restrict is definitely important. I don't know. We'll see. I mean, I think both lists are probably fine. I mean, one is probably slightly better than the other. Hold on a sec here. I just want to... I actually did think about Metamorphosis since we play so many level 1s. Problem is we have no way to kill our own Thousand Eyes. So it's like... I don't know what meta's supposed to do. I mean... Yeah, I mean, I think... One thing we could do is we could side meta for, like, the Warrior matchup. But again, the problem is like, if they side King Tiger Wangus, then we're just siding in, like, more ways for King Tiger Wangu to screw us. Our opponent's very patient. I, like, didn't RPS him for a while. Well, if we were going second, this would basically just be game. I don't know, I'll set Scapegoat just in case. Just in case our opponent plays like a Don's Luke turn 1, I'd probably want to Scapegoat it. Yeah, this is like actually just a shit ton of damage, because we have the... Yeah, I feel like the Earth Field, I think, is just strictly worse than March of the Animals. My god, this guy has Duo too? We've played 4 games, and our opponents had Duo in opening hand in 3 of them. God, that's so... Oh, this is so gross. Yeah, Econ Last Will can potentially work. Oh shit, well now we have Cyberstein. If our opponent didn't play a monster, he would just be dead. Like, if our opponent just went set back row pass, this would just be lethal. Man, normally I wouldn't mind saying go, but if he just goes Faith for duo, then we're just, like, super screwed. Oh my god, this is such nonsense. So let's see, we can go... I mean, we could do Stein for Gatling again. That's like 33. Yeah. Yeah, I think we have to, yeah. Yeah, I mean, of course he just has the MST for a premature burial. This is a bunch of nonsense. Yeah, if he opened, like, Duo Faith MST, like, I don't know how the hell we beat that. I mean, we can go Panda Attack. We can go Panda Attack if it's Faith, set Trunade, say go. That's one option. I guess I'll try that. I'm just gonna go Panda Attack. I don't know. This doesn't look good for us. Unless we like get something really good, like top deck Pot of Greed or top deck Graceful, I really don't like our odds to win this game. Because like Duo MST is just like so strong there. What is this guy doing? My opponent thinks this guy lives. Yeah, it's not a big deal. We'll get this figured out here at some point. Yeah, I mean, going for the premature Trunade play, I don't know. It's one of those things where It would basically have only worked if his back row was nothing. Like, if it was Book, we couldn't kill him. If it was Raigeki Break, we couldn't kill him. If it's MST, we couldn't kill him. If it's Ring, we couldn't kill him. But, I don't know, it's probably still worth a try. Alright, so we do gain 1,000, which is pretty important. I mean, at this point, I just think we have to go True Nade Cybersign. I don't know what the hell else we're gonna do. I mean, I guess we could not True Nade and play Cybersign. That seems bad. Yeah, his line is really weird. I mean, we're probably just still gonna lose because his opening was so good. Yeah, if we had just drawn something like a United We Stand, he'd just be dead here. Obviously we did not draw a United We Stand. Yeah, I mean, yeah, we're probably just gonna lose, but it's like, we can't really just pass, because if we pass, we take damage, and then it's like, then our Stein just doesn't do anything. So, I don't know. I mean, I guess we'll just get, like, Master of Oz, and attack for a bunch of damage, and then hope... Well, we can actually hope that we top deck our Rhoda, and then that's, like, enough to kill him, even if he clears our whole board. I don't know why he's saying GG. This isn't lethal. That wasn't lethal, right? Am I... That was not lethal, right? Oh yeah, you're right, he had Snatch. So we were just supposed to lose, because he would just snatch our guy and kill us. Alright, well, somehow I, like, accidentally won. And convinced... I have no idea what happened. Our opponent, I guess, was like, well, he's summoning a bunch of guys. It must be game. I guess, right? I mean... I guess I'm not gonna side. I don't really... I mean, it's probably a Mimic Chaos, but I don't know what we side for that. I guess we can side in crossouts. Yeah, probably side in crossouts. Yeah, you're right. The correct play is to go into King Dragoon, but I'm an idiot. So yeah, that was definitely one of the weirdest games I've ever played. I'm so glad I decided to play this deck. Just because, like, I don't know what I'm doing. My opponents don't know what I'm doing. No one knows what anyone's doing. And somehow I'm winning. Well, if our opponent doesn't play a monster and we top deck Last Will or Premature Burial, he's dead. This actually, I don't know, depending on his opening, this might be like a Rescue Cat into double Wicked Worm Beast, see what happens kind of thing. Oh, okay, he's playing Tomato. Yeah, you're right, there are some interesting priority implications. I was thinking about that too. Like, with the priority rule, like, technically Archer's better because you can guarantee 12, whereas with Cannon Soldier, if they chain Book of Moon or something, you can only guarantee 5. I don't know. We'll just do this, I guess. So our panda is 18. I mean, I guess we'll summon it, attack the set. I don't really think there's a good reason not to. I guess if our guy gets Mirror Force, that would be kind of annoying. Yeah, that's fine. So he takes 8. I mean, 800 damage, you know, it counts. Counts for something. So he might Sork us now. That's another thing that I think is probably just fine. Alright, Heavy Storm happens to be a good card. Is there like a bug? It's weird, it made some sound. I think like the game glitched. Yeah, like it keeps playing the sound over and over again. I tell you, this is why someone needs to build a new GOAT format simulator. Oh. Alright, so we will take 100 points of damage. Ironically enough, like, normally I would try to go for game here, but, I don't know, maybe this is still game. I have to think about it. Because, like, Tomato keeps searching more things, which can... I mean, that can actually block, like, a lot of hits. I don't know. I'm just gonna see if this is game. It might not be game, but there's only one way to find out. Oh, that's mildly annoying. That's actually, yeah, that, like, ruins our whole day. Well, summoning Cat doesn't accomplish anything. Maybe I just suck at playing this deck. Because, yeah, it's like almost any back row would have stopped us. I mean, if it was Scapegoat, obviously we wouldn't care. If it was something like Torrential, we would still have game. If it was Mirror Force, we'd still have game. Yeah, you're right. Just summon it and see if he concedes. Yeah, touche. You never know. Man, our guy has 1600 defense. That's pretty good, right? He's got the cross out. He did not side out his crossouts. It's funny, I swear, like, even when you make it blatantly obvious that your deck has no crossout targets, people still will just keep in all their crossouts. Like, except like Warriors and Reasoning Gate. Those are the only two decks where people actually know to side out their crossouts. Yeah, Level Limit is a pretty good card. I mean, I definitely think it's better than Gravity Binds. Now I have... Oh, Heavy's gone, so we should just set a thing. Because, like, we play around Duo by keeping only one card in our hand. So, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I definitely don't think we're ahead, but I think we still have pretty good chances, right? Because every card that he lets us draw, you know, that's... Yeah, makes it possible for us to beat him, right? Oh, that's a pretty good one. Do I want to play around Duo? Do I want to do... I mean, he has two back rows. Oh, he has two back rows. I mean... Yeah, he probably afford to wait another turn. I really hope we don't get duoed here. But even if we do get duoed, it's not like I think the game's over. It just makes it a lot harder. Oh, shit. Yeah, it's Augur, because, like, I could try to go for game. Actually, no, I don't... Yeah. No, this isn't game no matter what. Tomato's hard to deal with. Well, we could... Well, there's a couple of things we could do. Maybe we could attack him for some damage that would probably not be game. I don't know. I'm gonna see who this is. Hopefully it's not like Dust. Okay, that's a good one. So yeah, my play here is to go Rescue Cat into two Wicked Worm Beasts. Last Will for Exiled. Exile the Tomato, attack for 28. And then we have two Worm Beasts in our hand. Either for like a Graceful that we draw later, or for Duo, or to just, I don't know, attack. So yeah, I mean, this is like part of the reason I decided to play the Worm Beasts instead of the Wombat, is because scenarios like this. Yeah, that's... Man, he had Mirror and Torrential. I tell you, man, it's hard out there for us. Our opponent has the Mirror and the Torrential. He's got the book for the pre-Trunade combo. I mean, hopefully our opponent just won't be able to do anything for a while, and we'll just still win anyways. I don't know, man. I guess going Cat for two Worm Beasts thins out our deck. I'm trying to look on the bright side here, guys. Yeah, you're right. DD Crazy Beast, to be honest, it's probably at least side deck worthy. It's probably at least side deck worthy. Does our opponent have any broken spells? Oh, he has heavy. I don't know what I'm supposed to do about it, though. I mean, I could, like, go Stein for Gatling. Try to flip, like, exactly one heads, but that seems like kind of a bad play. So we're just gonna say go. It's weird, I only play, like, one Cyberstein. I only play one, but, like, I seem to draw into it in, like, half my games. Oh, he drew cross out. I mean, that's good, I guess. I guess I'll cross out the new one, because the old one doesn't seem to be doing much. If it's Faith, I'll be kind of happy. Faith? Oh, man, I'm a sicko. And I guess he still has, like, 2 Thunder Dragons in his hand. Yeah, the Deity Crazy Beast probably needs to be sided. Or actually, hold on, how much attack does it have? It only has, like, 1,400, right? I mean, it kills defense position Tomato, but doesn't kill attack position Tomato. I mean, I guess I'm gonna Scapegoat. Probably. Yeah, I don't really want to take 1,000. At some point, we can do, like, sometimes in these games, you can do weird things. Like, if you have Stein and you draw into a ring, you can just attack for a bunch of damage, then ring for a draw, like, if you think you're behind. That's, like, also something that we can potentially go for. That doesn't help. I don't know. I guess I'll say go. Well, he finally has a duo. Well, he discarded probably the best card in my hands. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna win this one. It's going to be pretty hard to win, especially with, like, Premature Burial already gone. That's, like, would be one of our best cards. I'll get rid of the Radiant, I guess. Yeah, I mean, DD Crazy Beast plus level limit specifically works. Obviously, it works if they just, like, set their Tomato, thinking that, oh, they're gonna get you. I guess this isn't a terrible draw. What is his face down monster even? Like, I mean, it's not Faith. It's probably not Takochi. I guess it's probably, like, Mimic level 3. Mimic level 3 is, like, the only thing that really makes sense. Or a second Tomato. I don't know, yeah, I don't really want to attack the Sangan, so we'll attack face down. Usually these lists don't play Night of Sail. I mean, sometimes they do, but usually if they're playing, like, the Or actually, I guess I don't know what build this is. For some reason, I assumed it was like the goat's meta build. I mean, I guess we killed the set Tsukiyomi, so we'll take it. You could just have, like, Snatch for our Panda again. That wouldn't be fun. That would not be fun at all. Okay. Yeah, I mean, not flipping down our guy almost makes me think that he does have Snatch. But, you know, what can you do? Oh, yeah, it's true. You can have Milas while attacking with DD Beast. Yeah, I didn't really think of that. Yeah, I mean, DD Beast is probably side deck worthy. You know, for things like Chaos Recruiter, Angel Chaos, even zombies. Yeah, I mean, DD Beast is like pretty nuts against zombies because they play like 3 Pyramid Turtle and 3 Giant Rat. So yeah, I mean, DD Beast is definitely a side deck card. I'm ending my turn here, but our opponent does not seem to want to take his turn. Okay. Yeah, he has the Snatch again. Oh, this is gross. I mean, I guess if we draw a third Panda, we can wall with Panda and then just gain a bunch of life off Snatch. That's like if we draw exactly the third Panda. Yeah, I have no idea how we're gonna win this game. Unless we just get super lucky. The last card in my hand's Scapegoat, so... this is just gross. I mean, we can just take hits for a while, I guess. We can just take hits for a while. We'll be taking... I mean, we'll be taking 800 each turn net after you factor in the Snatch Steal gain. So, I mean, if he doesn't, like, out our level limit and attack us with a bunch of guys, we do have a few turns to, like, do something. Plus, you know, if we have, like, Trunade or Heavy, obviously we'll get our Panda back from the Snatch. So, it's not hopeless. It's not hopeless. But it's not looking good. I mean, our opponent has 6 cards in hand. Eventually, he's going to draw into it out to this level of it. He's used Heavy. That's it. I mean, he's still got at least MST and Breaker. Possibly, you know, Raigeki Break or Wing Blast or something along those lines. And the lag is absolutely brutal. While I'm here, let me look up DD Crazy Beast. Just make sure that I know what it does. Doing this off screen. Yeah, I mean, it's level 3, it's Earth, and it's a beast. Any monster this card destroys, the result of battle is removed from play. It's not too bad. Ceasefire seems kind of situational to me, because the problem is like, obviously, like, you can Rescue Cat, fill up your board, you know, go Rescue Cat last well, and then go, like, Ceasefire, burn them for, like, whatever it is, 2,000, 2,500, 3,000, whatever. But the problem is if you True Nade before all of that, obviously your Ceasefire won't be set, and then all your guys are going to die in the end phase. So, to me, it seems like, I don't... It's obviously, like, not a very great card in a vacuum, and I don't think it has particularly good synergy with the deck. So, to me, it's like, do we really need to play it? I kind of hope this guy just doesn't reconnect, just because, like, I'm tired of sitting here. It's not that I have anything against, this man personally, but, you know, I don't like having, like, every turn take 5 minutes. Alright, we take those. Yeah, like, just with pen pal. Yeah. Alright, well... So yeah, let me show you guys the list here again. We'll, Okay, I'll BRB. Alright, yeah, so I don't know how much I need this side to decrease. We'll just take that out. Go DD Crazy Beast. It's interesting, because, like, when I was thinking about this card at first, I was like, I didn't even realize it was Earth, because I feel like most DD cards are, like, dark or light or something. Well, I don't know, I guess DD Assailant's an Earth. I don't know, what do I know? I just didn't realize it was Earth. So yeah, we can get it with Crazy Beast. I don't know, I don't think Giganteus helps with the brick hands. Like, it's anti-synergy with level limit, because, like, it's a level 4, and then if they manage to attack over it, our level limit goes away. It's, I mean, occasionally it can help us, like, OTK it. You can kind of think of it as, like, oh, it's sort of a 1900 damage burn card. If you think about it in that context, it's maybe not that bad. If you also think about it, well, it's a 1900 damage burn card that can attack over King Tiger Wangu, then it's like, oh, that sounds decent. But I tell you, it's like one thing that makes me not want to consider trying it main or side is just because of how common Kaiku is. And even though, like, Kaiku isn't really supposed to be good against our deck, like, people don't side that card out. They just don't side it out. So yeah, we'll try another one. I mean, those 2 matches that we played so far were just not really real matches, I hate to say it. Like, the first person was just playing a bad deck, and then the second person just conceded when he wasn't dead, and then quit on game 2. So, like, we've just, like, I hate to say it, but we've just not really played any real matches. And yeah, I mean, it says, I mean, if someone on stream wants to play me, you know, with a real deck, I'd be happy to play you guys. At least that way we know we're like playing against something real. Yeah, DD Warrior is not in Go. If it was, I think it would see a little bit of play. Yeah, this is just game, I'm pretty sure. Well, I drew one of the Milas Radiants, so maybe it's not game? So yeah, I think the play is to trigger Will, get Cat, and then we want a Graceful afterwards, because yeah, I just do happen to have Graceful. But I wanted to thin my deck before the Graceful, right? There's like some weird glitch going on here again. I mean, I guess this is like Spirit Reaper. We probably want to get like double Panda. Or no, that doesn't... Well, it might matter a little. Yeah, probably be on the safe side. We just get double Panda. I don't know. Math is hard, but I'm pretty sure this is enough for game. I don't know if it's Night Assailant as a game. Okay. Pretty sure that was enough. I didn't do the math there, but I'm like, if we have United We Stand and March, there's like no way it's not game, right? But yeah, I don't know. This is definitely like, this is definitely not the kind of deck that you can just like pick up and win a tournament with, I think. So we saw Thunder Dragon and Sangan. Is that, I mean, that has to mean he's on Thunder Dragon Chaos, right? That's like pretty much the only option. So yeah, I think we want Cross out. Oh, we definitely want the Mystic level 2. We definitely like our Mystic level 2. So yeah, I think we just probably bring all those in. Yeah, I love typing damage stuff. I'm with you on that one. Yeah, I agree. We definitely have to be worried about Spy. I mean, we're bringing in Crossouts and Mystic for that. I mean, we could bring in the Crazy Beast for Mystic Tomato specifically, but we don't even know that he plays that. I don't know, I'm gonna try this. Man, remind me to never enter a tournament with this deck. This deck's way too complicated. There's just like so many variables. Oh, this hand is like kind of ass. I don't know, maybe, could be worse, maybe. I went Potty Greed into Thunder Dragon. That's not a very good start for us. Yeah, so he's probably gonna go set monster, set spell or trap, say go. End on 6 in hand. Oh no, he's summoned Tomato. He's playing around our Mystic Swordsman. Man, this guy's too good. Uh. So yeah, I mean, now that we know that he plays Mystic Tomato, maybe game 3 we actually do bring in the Crazy Beast. Problem is, it's like, we don't know how many he plays. Like, some of these decks, like, do actually just play, like, 1 tomato or 2 tomatoes. If I knew for a fact he played 3, I would definitely want to bring in the Crazy Beast, though. Because then it's like, you have, 3 tomatoes and Sanguine. And sometimes even just banishing something like a Dekochi can be relevant just because it says, hey, you can't play Chaos Monsters. Tribute? Oh, he wants to Sork our guy. Okay, that's fair. Yeah, I mean, that's probably just the right play for him. I mean, the only thing I disagree with is the mode. He probably should have set Thunder Dragon. I guess he's thinking maybe we play Death Wombat, and he wants to play around that. Ugh. Well, my hand is shit, but I just top decked a Cyberstein, so I think we're going to go for the old play Cyberstein and hope our opponent doesn't have an out. The best play in Yu-Gi-Oh! I'm trying to think. Hold on, let me do some math. So, let's see. 42, no. Yeah, I probably just need to go for, well, we could go for King Dragoon. Yeah, I mean, King Dragoon is probably the play here. I mean, I also have United We Stand, so I think I'm just going to put it on Stein. Stein goes to 23. I mean, I hate to say it, but desperate times call for desperate measures. I mean, he could Raigeki break our United and make us take 9, but... okay, like... eh. I don't know, I mean, this hand could work. This is gonna be a strange game. How do I always get involved in all these weird-ass games? Yeah, I mean, I don't say go, like... like, if he doesn't have Mirror Torrential, like, he actually just might not be able to do anything. Or BLS. Like, he needs Mirror Torrential or BLS. I mean, I guess Tribe would also work. Oh, yeah, Snatch your... yeah, you're right, that would work. Snatch... no, even if he goes... he would need to go Snatch Stein, summon a monster, and then play a Chaos Monster. That would work. Obviously, we're not playing around Mirror Force here. If he had Mirror Force, he would have used it last turn. Uh, so let's see. How big is Stein? Stein is like 31. Well, if it's Night Assailant, that would kill our Stein. I think we want to attack with Stein just in case it's Night Assailant. That way he'll still take 24. Oh, really? He plays Cyberjar? Are you kidding me? Man, he had Cyberjar plus Book? Oh, that's so gross. Oh, this is like Bazoo Chaos. This is like not even a normal thing. Now our reinforcement of the army's dead that I just drew. I don't know. I mean, we'll see how this goes. Man, how sick would it have been if our Mystic Swordsman went through, though? I mean, I guess it's pretty unlikely, because, like, almost any back row would stop Mystic Swordsman, but... I didn't pay attention to what he got off Cyberjar. If there's anything in particular I should be worried about, let me know. I assume I'm just dead, so I didn't bother to look. Yeah, Andy, there are way too many cheaters. I mean, it literally got to the point where, like, in 20% of my matches, the person would just be stream sniping me. So, like, at that point, it's like, alright, I'm tired of this shit. I don't know why he plays Visor Shock. I don't get why that's in his deck. Okay, I don't. Yeah. Okay, so this was not the deck that I assumed it was. So, yeah, we're definitely gonna change a few things here. I mean, to be honest, this deck probably does play more than one tomato. So I think we're gonna bring in the Crazy Beast. Oh yeah, don't even get me started. Don't get me wound up over this shit. Oh, our Rhoda wasn't dead. I could have searched Amazon Archer. I forgot we left that in. This big old March of the Animals. Good old Animal March. I don't know. I probably still do want Mystic Swordsman, though. Oh, man, this hand is trash. I don't know. Maybe not. Yeah, I'll just say go, I guess. Man, it's like, we play, I don't know. What do we play, like 17 monsters, and we, like, opened 5? I will say, this deck can definitely draw some bad hands. Like, there's no debating that. I mean, some of the bad hands I think you can play out of, but I don't know. I mean, it depends what your opponent has, you know? Well, I did draw a Crazy Beast, so technically it just trades and they're both banished, right? Pretty sure that's how this is supposed to work. Yeah, it is destroyed as a result of battle, so... I would think that the Crazy Beast would work. Okay, that's fine. I don't know, I'll try to not lose, I guess. I mean, we did bait his Mirror Force, I guess that counts for something. So what is this, like Cyber Jar? Okay, that's fine actually. This is actually going to get really interesting because we flipped over double Panda, so if he gets a bunch of monsters, our Panda will just be monstrous. So what did he have? He had like Faith, Swords, Defusion, Teo, and something else. I have to see what the other thing was. Oh, Heavy Storm, right. That one's pretty important. Oh, it has to remain on the field to get its effect. Oh, well, we baited out of Mirror Force, I guess. Is he actually going to kill us here? Oh, he's just going to heavy, play Swords, and say go? That's fine. Man, if I had drawn into any spell or trap removal, he would just be super dead. He would actually just be super dead. Guess I don't know, we probably want Panda defense. And he used heavy, so we don't have to worry about that. I mean, we could just discard a card from our hands in our end phase, but I'll just set one. This guy's really just passing? Man, this guy has no fear. He just knows that we're... It's like unreal. I tell these people, just, oh yeah, I'm sure he'll just never draw out to our swords. I tell you, if like Cyberstein could somehow search an out to Swords Revealing Light, that would be sick. There's definitely no Stein target that just kills swords, right? Yeah, this is it. If there was, I would know about it. Yeah, it's like our opponent just let us draw 5 cards, and we just still haven't seen a True Nade or a Heavy Storm. We're 15 cards deep into our deck. No True... Oh, well, there's the True Nade. There's the True Nade. Come on, one time. Okay. We got the True Nade. Now I just need to figure out how dead this guy is. He might not... I mean, he is at 8,000. I mean, it depends on what his monster is. If his, like, monster is just nothing good, then he's dead. Like, if his monster's another Magician of Faith, we're fine. We know it's not Cyber Jar, because that's gone. Morphing Jar doesn't really matter. Let's see. If it's Gatling, is he dead? Let's see. If we go Gatling... let's see. No, I don't think he's dead to Gatling. Unless we flip exactly 1 heads. Even then, I'm not sure. So we go 800, 800. Yeah, even if we flip exactly 1 heads, he's not dead to Gatling. But... Oh. Yeah, I mean, I think if we just go Stein for, Big Beastie, then unless his monster is something, like, very specific, like Night Assailant, then I think we just win. I mean, we could go, like, True Nade summon Mystic Swordsman and attack, but that doesn't really accomplish anything. So yeah, I mean, I think we're just going... Stein for Big Beastie. True Nade the Swords. And our Panda's 13. It'll be, you know, a lot more with Big March the Animals. So yeah, he takes like a fuck ton of damage. I'm pretty sure he's dead, and if he's not, like, okay. Yeah, that was a weird game. Yeah, so how much damage would he take? Again, I want to do the math just to, like, get more accustomed to the math that's involved in this deck. So our guy, let's see, we have 4 beasts in play, so it pumps everything by 800. So our panda is at 21, minus 4. Then the other panda goes down, so that's plus 16. And then plus 22 for Worm Beast, plus 5,000 for Master of Oz, plus Stein. Yeah, that's like over 11,000 damage. Cool. So yeah, I don't think we had any changes that we needed to make this time. I think we pretty much got our list figured out. I haven't been able to do any like 6 scapegoat combos yet, which is kind of surprising. Like no scapegoat March of the Animals, no scapegoat Milas, no scapegoat United, no scapegoat plus the Cannon Soldier dude. Quick play spell pumps all your beasts by 200 times each beast. So if you have like 5 beasts in play, it pumps them all by 1,000. I mean, I could play Upstart, but I don't think it's a good idea. Oh, hold on. Match has started. There we go. Our opponent has Dust Shoot into our ass hand. Alright, I'll let you guys see what it is. So there you go, guys. That was my 6-card hand. Not a very good hand. Not a very good hand at all. My opponent's not even looking at my grave. You just... Or it didn't say he was looking at my grave. I don't know. Dueling Book's weird. I don't know why he banished it. It's easy to just say Fire Panda. There's not really any way to make the deck less bricky. Like, you can't just not play, like, Rescue Cat targets. Like, that's... You know what I'm saying? Like what am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do here? Oh, Jesus. I don't know. Well, the game's not over yet, but it's not off to a good start. To be honest, it's not even that the Dust Shoot was a big deal. The main thing that's annoying about Dust Shoot is now our opponent, like, knows all of our cards. I mean, this is not too bad, because if he turns both spies to attack, we get to Mirror Force. If he turns only one to attack, we can take the damage and then attack over it. Is he seriously just gonna attack into our Mirror Force? I don't know, maybe he's gonna Solemn it. Yeah, I mean, I don't think I'm gonna get a better chance to Mirror Force, so... So if he plays the third spy... If he plays the third spy, then Panda will be at 23, and then it can attack over one. I don't know, it doesn't seem terrible. I mean, that's what I'm going to try to do here. I mean, again, our hand is just, like, so bad that it's, like... I don't know what else I'm supposed to do, you know? Oh, sorry. Saying wait. Wait for what? You have no back row. Alright, well now we're really screwed. Well, I guess we can just summon Amazon Archer and hope he can't attack over it. I mean, if he literally has spy plus 3 bricks, then we could be fine. Oh, okay, thank God. So we drew Graceful Charity. I guess I'm gonna... Well... Yeah, I'm just gonna Heavy Storm, just in case this is solemn somehow. Yeah, if Irageki breaks, that's fine. Oh, wow, and we drew... Oh, man, this is actually getting kind of crazy. I mean, we drew Pot of Greed, but not Rescue Cat. So... Probably gonna ditch this. And... Ditch this. Yeah, we're just gonna hope we get, like, a really good Pot of Greed. We actually didn't get a really good Pot of Greed. Man, like, one time I couldn't... If I just drew a Rescue Cat... If I just drew a Rescue Cat, we'd just be doing so well here. This is frustrating. Yeah, it's like, I tell you, we just couldn't draw Rescue Cat one time. Yeah, nice. I mean, my hand is like total dog shit. This guy's like sitting over here complimenting me. All right, so my guy is 2,800. I don't know. We could have just not burned the premature, like the second one. All right, I think this is another guy who doesn't understand how numbers work. I mean, I guess I could have done other things. I could have just set Scapegoat and said go. That would be an option too. I don't know, so we take 400 off this hit. I mean, it forces him to turn Spy to attack, which I don't know, maybe that's a good thing. If I had another book, that would be annoying. Oh my god, my draws are so bad. I know I like sound like a broken record over here, but they really are bad. At this point, we can't really afford to play around anything. Yeah, if he rings my guy, then it's like, okay, we both take 18. And, like, at least I get to attack over his Spy, which, I don't know, that's a minor victory, I guess. Yeah, it is gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough, because, like, we did draw Pot and Graceful, but our, like, Pot and Graceful just drew us into nothing, you know? It's like, unfortunately, that's how it goes. Well, we've burned Premature, so we don't really need to pay life for anything. So I'm just gonna take the hit. I mean, my first list of this stores, it had 2 jar greeds, but we just, like, cut them for more broken stuff. Oh, whoops. I mean, this deck isn't supposed to, like, draw shit all the time. I mean... Oh, you mean those jars. No, I don't like those jars. Because, like, Cyberjar, like, doesn't really get you anything. Like, if they attack your Cyberjar, you just get a bunch of weak guys they can just run over. I mean, we have had some games where you open the nuts. I don't want to open the nuts. Like, I just want to have, like, a playable hand. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I'm not too picky here. And it's also, like, a lot of our opponents have had, like, I don't know, a lot of, like, we've been duoed, like, a lot. Whenever we go, like, Premature into True Nade, they, like, always have the out. I mean, technically we haven't lost any matches yet, so I guess I can't really complain, but... Even here, I mean, it's depending on what our top decks are, we could potentially still win. I mean, if we draw... Because I have March of the Animals, so... If we draw, like, another one of those, or a United We Stand, and our opponent doesn't have a back row that does something, then, like, he actually, like, is just dead. So, what did he get? I missed it. Okay, you got Magician of Faith. I'm not really worried about... Yeah, I'm not worried about Magician of Faith at all. Oh, wait, is he just dead? Is he just dead? Hold on, let me do the math. Let me do the math. I'm getting excited. So, hold on. 5. Risky. Oh, yeah, he's way dead. This guy's way dead. Is this a question of how much we want to style on him? How much do we want to style on him, guys? Because we could go Amazoness Archer and 18, 14. I don't know. We won't reveal, like, a lot of our deck. We'll just go for the standard kill. But we could also get Amazoness Archer. Oh no, we should style, because it's the whole match is over. Yeah, this is like a boatload of damage. I think this kills through Karibo too, if he has that. This is technically the optimal play because it plays around Karibo. So yeah, each one of these tokens is 2,000 attack alone. Well, this is why I'm playing the 3 scapegoat. It was like literally for this situation, and I was commenting in an earlier game like, "Oh, it hasn't come up yet." Oh, this is only game 1. For some reason, I thought we were in game 2 already. Alright, so he seems to just be on, like, standard Thunder Dragon Chaos. Oh, we did see Tomato, because we Mirror Forced a Tomato and a Spy. So... DD Crazy Beast might be the way to go. Mystic's probably coming in. Yeah, it was a lot, because the Radiants were at 28, so that was like more than 11,000 points of damage, I'm pretty sure. It's hard to side out with this deck. It really is. Alright, we'll try this. But yeah, I didn't even, like, that game for a while was going really badly for us. And then our opponent just, like, passed without playing a back row, which made it a lot easier. Because then we drew the last will. Got the old Knight of Silent Faith. Getting back to faith. Oh man, and he has duo, that sucks. I actually didn't mind the graceful, but the duo is... Because, like, our hand is actually good. If our hand was bad, I'd be like, oh, whatever. But our hand's actually good. Yeah, and he just, like, hit one of the best cards in our hands. Oh, and then he has Faith, too, so we can Faith for duo. Oh, this is gross. Oh, and he has Pot of Greed, too. You know, just in case, you know. Just in case he thought that we might come back from Graceful Duo, he also has the Pot. But it's actually not. Really, it's the duo that I don't like. Because I was gonna Rhoda for Mystic Swordsman level 2, or Exile, depending on, you know, what his hand was like. Jesus Christ. I mean, I guess let's activate level limit and set everything to play around duo. Yeah, Marauding Captain isn't terrible. It seems like really situational, though. I mean, I played competitively during Edison, but I don't like the format. So he just got back duo even though we set our whole hand. Okay. He hasn't drawn Thunder Dragon yet. Why would he get back duo? That's strange. I, like, actually don't understand why he would get back duo. Well, I mean, my favorite format's GOAT format. That's why I'm playing it. If my favorite format was something else, I'd be playing something else. I mean, believe it or not, we can still win. I'm not saying it's likely, but it's possible. I mean, our opponent doesn't have any back row. Even if he did, we have Trunade. We have March of the Animals. So, like, all we need is, like, Pot Agreed into the nuts. I mean, keep in mind, our deck also plays Cyberstein. Sometimes, like, you can just randomly win a game with Cyberstein. Like, we just go Cyberstein for Gatling, flip 2 heads, kill both his monsters, and then win because of that. I mean, I'm not saying it's likely, but it's possible. The cool thing about Stein, too, actually, is if you have Stein plus Last Will, you can go Stein for Gatling. And where was I going with this? You can go Stein for Gatling, and then Gatling flip a bunch of heads, kill your own Stein, and then trigger Last Will. There's some pretty cool things you can do with Stein in this deck. I'm just saying, you know. Ugh. Like I said, we can still win. This game is far from over. I don't think we're favored to win. But it's quite reasonable for us to win this game. You gotta have faith. No pun intended, I guess. You know, because he does have faith. Yeah, if he doesn't heavy storm us, I think we'll be fine. But yeah, we have plenty of good top decks. He has 8 cards in hand. He is not summoned this turn. Oh, geez. Okay, this isn't looking good for us now. All right. Yeah, I problem is one of the, of those 7 cards, one of them's probably gonna be good, right? I mean, it's pretty unlikely that our opponent's gonna draw 7 more bricks. I mean, am I right or am I right? See, our opponent kept in 2 of his crossouts, even though we're playing a deck that doesn't set any monsters. People just don't side out their crossouts. Like, I'm actually, at some point, I'm gonna, like, make a video about, like, how to beat Dueling Book Rated. And one of the things I'm gonna talk about is how, like, no one knows how to side deck. And you can't, like, assume that people are siding out their bad cards against you and try to, like, mind game them by, like, doing a transformation side. Like, that just doesn't work against these people. Ah, Spirit Reaper. Darn, he's gonna discard a card from our hands. Yeah, he is actually, like, leaving himself incredibly open to getting OTK'd. Like, if we just top deck a Rescue Cat, the game's over. It's literally that simple. We draw Rescue Cat, game's over. Well, that's not a Rescue Cat. Man, it's like one time I wish we could just punish our opponent for not knowing what he's doing. One time. Yeah, maybe I'm just gonna attack over the Faith here, because don't really have a better play. But yeah, it's like, I played Monarch and raided and people don't side out their crossouts against that either. Even though, like, Chris Provic in his video specifically says, like, oh yeah, I'm playing, you know, I always summon my Reapers rather than set them to not get hit by crossout, but people just still won't side out their crossouts. Problem is, if this card's like Raigeki Break, and he Raigeki breaks our level limit, he could just kill us. I mean, he did discard 2 Chaos Sorcerers, which I guess is, you know, 1 source of damage. I don't know. I mean, like I said, all he has to do is just not kill us and we draw Rescue Cat, and the game's over. Yeah, that's fine. I mean, he attacks us for 8, but then we gain 1,000. Or I guess with Reaper, it's 11. Yeah, I mean, this is still fine. And again, if we draw Rescue Cat, we just win. This is actually pretty good for us, because since, you know, if he just summoned Sangan and attacked over the Radiant, then obviously we wouldn't have a Radiant next turn. But, like, we have True Nade set. He knows we have True Nade set. So, you know, we can just True Nade, get our Radiant back, and then if we draw Rescue Cat, it's just such a... It's a very large amount of damage, I'll put it that way. And even if we brick next turn, his board is locked, so the maximum amount of damage we're taking... Oh, he's gonna book the Radiant. Okay. I was gonna say the maximum amount of damage that we're taking is another 18. Okay, so we drew Rescue Cat. So I'm pretty sure he's dead. But we need to figure it out. We don't know what this monster is. Sorry, this monster. We don't know what that is. So we're gonna go Last Will. Oh, and we can get pandas. Oh yeah, like we can just go panda, panda, panda over Reaper. And just that by itself is enough. So yeah, we'll just go Rescue Cat. Get a bunch of pandas. And this is like, again, this is like an actual like million damage. Yeah. We can premature our Wicked Worm Beast. Not that it matters, but we can premature our Wicked Worm Beast. I was saying wait. And yeah, this is like, again, this is more than enough. I just casually, yeah, it's around 15k or so. So just to be clear, I just want to remind everyone, for the record, our opponent went first, opened Graceful, discarding Faith and Night Assailant. Night Assailant got back Faith, then he duoed us, Then he played Pot of Greed, and then he double dust shooted us in our first draw phase, and we still won. We still won. So it was like I said, it was like, okay, if he just can't deal with our level limit, he just lets us draw a bunch of cards, and he leaves his Reaper in attack mode. Even if he didn't leave his Reaper in attack mode, all our guys have Trample. Like, you know, there's... I mean, obviously, like, in a way, we got kind of lucky because our opponent just never drew an out to level limit. But, I mean, our opponent also started off with Trinity plus 2 Dust Shoots. So, like, you know, come on. I mean, we could have had the last attacker hit Milas for more damage. Obviously, if we kill the Milas, then our pandas each lose 500 attack. So, but yeah, I don't know. Let's... I mean, we played a few matches. I don't know. I mean, we never... Yeah, it was definitely kind of unlucky for our opponent never drawing it out. I mean, part of it might have been, some Chaos decks don't play MST, right? Some Chaos decks don't main MST, and I think he just clicked, like, done siding after the first game, so it's possible that he just might have not had very many outs to level limit. I was worried about Raigeki Break when he had, like, one set for a while. I was like, oh, that's probably Raigeki Break, and we're just gonna die. Yeah, I mean... I've said this for a while, it's like, I mean, it depends. Like, if you open, like, all 3 Trinity pieces, like, going first, yeah, that's pretty good. But, like, if someone goes, like, Pot of Greed, Delinquent Duo, Set a Spell or Trap Pass, that's, like, not even a very good opening. Because, I don't know, unless you're on Warriors. If you're on Warriors, that's a pretty good opening. But in most decks, that's not a very good opening because you're letting your opponent get ahead on the summon. And, like... you just don't have any follow-up. Because eventually your opponent's going to draw their Trinity too, right? I mean, that's kind of the idea, at least. So yeah, if you have, like, Pot Duo into, like, nothing for a while, you give your opponent plenty of time to catch up. And that's kind of what happened that game. Like, yes, he opened Trinity. Yes, he opened 2 Dust Shoots, but he gave us all the time in the world to catch up, so we were fine. Yeah, I don't think there's any reason to main Duo in this deck. I mean, Duo is bad for a lot of reasons. 1, it doesn't help us kill our opponent. 2, it makes it harder to pay 5,000 for Cyberstein. 3, everyone and their mother just runs a bunch of Thunder Dragons now. So yeah, I don't see why we would want to run Duo. I'm still not entirely sold on the Amazonas Archer. It seems like it should be good. Like, in theory, it seems like it should be good, but we haven't really had a chance to use it yet. We did have a chance to get people with the animals plus goats combo, though. So yeah, this is a pretty cool deck. It's a pretty cool deck. We got all the animals, right? We got all the animals, and then we make them all march together. We got goats, we got cats, we got, I don't know, another cat. We got a panda. We got a worm beast? Well, I mean, combo decks haven't really made Duo for a while. Like, I mean, Duo can be good in Reasoning Gate, but, like, it can also be kind of bad with Reasoning Gate. So, Steven, my deck is undefeated with this deck today, but, like, a lot of my matches just weren't real matches. Like, we had one person who, like, conceded when he wasn't dead. Not even that. He actually conceded when he wasn't dead and could have killed us on his next turn. So, yeah. I mean, we had one guy who was playing, like, Hyper Hammerhead, which is just not a real card. Yeah, I mean, because before I was playing Cannon Soldier, and let me put it this way, there is no scenario where I had Amazonas Archer and wished it was Cannon Soldier. So, I think it's probably better than Cannon Soldier, because it's a Rota target, and it's a Earth. Um, but yeah, it's like it's unclear how good this is as like the second row to target. I mean, in theory, it's like, oh, you can summon it, trigger will, but I don't like. So far, we hadn't done that, and you have to have another monster in play already to trigger the will, which is in this kind of deck is far from guaranteed. I mean, I guess you can do something like snatch steal their monster, summon Archer, tribute both, trigger will. I mean, that works sometimes. And then obviously you go Archer plus Goats. That's kind of a cool combo. Although, I mean, if you need to do the maximum damage, Cannon Soldier plus Goats is 25, and Archer plus Goats is 24. I don't know. I mean, it's like the jury is definitely like still out on some of these cards, but I mean, playing Scapegoat as a 3-of seems like it should be good in this meta, because, like, again, no one really plays King Tiger Wangu. Azura Priest is, like, sometimes mained as a 1-of, but usually doesn't really see too much play. So yeah, I mean, I think it's a cool deck. Yeah, we've been streaming for, like, I don't know, a couple hours, played a few matches, so I think we're gonna call it a day. So indoors, since I think you subbed to me, if you want me to review one of your decks, review one of your matches, or play one of your decks, I will be happy to do that, since that is the benefit that you get for subbing. If anyone else has any suggestions on this list, I'm all ears, because I think people's suggestions have actually been really good today. Yeah, maybe next week. Because yeah, I mean, Amazon Archer was suggested by a viewer. I don't remember who it was. DD Crazy Beast was suggested by a viewer. Although I will say, the fact that DD Crazy Beast doesn't trigger if you like attack into a like attack position Mystic Tomato, that I don't know, that kind of sucks. That it doesn't work that way. Well, I also didn't get to like see if Dark Possessed Soul is any good. I'm still a little skeptical on this. It seems like it would only be good in very, very specific matchups. But I think it's pretty fun deck. I think it's pretty complicated deck. I don't. What's Manticore supposed to do in this deck? Like, how does that help you do anything? I mean, if you did, like, Graceful, discard Manticore, or Raigeki Break, discard Manticore, then you could trigger it and, like, ditch one of these nonsense cards and bring it back. But I don't know, it seems kind of situational to me. I mean, it's not even an Earth, so, like, it does get pumped by Milas. Not that it matters a lot. I don't know, it just seems like we're drawing enough bricks already. Why would we want to play Manticore? Like, it doesn't help you OTK your opponent. And I know, like, the Nano, I know he was playing a list. He was playing a list that was, like, more of a control build, where he was going, like, Cat for Wicked Worm Beast to, like, fuel, like, card destruction and Raigeki Break and stuff. I mean, we're playing, like, a full-blown, like, OTK deck, right? I mean, that's kind of, like, what we're trying to go for here. This is not, like, a, hey, you know, go +1 off Wicked Worm Beast kind of deck. I'll actually, hold on, let me see if I can find his build. I mean, I think he's played different builds, but the build that I'm thinking of, it was one that was on goatformat.com. It was like, I don't know, yeah, it was like, yeah, it's called Thundercats, because, like, it played Thunder Dragon. And then he also played, like, Desk Koala. Yeah, Desk Koala, because that's, like, a dark for Chaos Sorcerer. So this is, hold on. This is, like, a build that he was playing. And I think this is, like, very different from what our deck is trying to do. Right? I mean, this is not an OTK deck at all. Like, this is totally different from what we're doing. I mean, one thing that we could consider is we could consider doing a transformation side into something like this. The problem is we'd have like a million cards to side in. Like, most of the cards in this deck we're not playing. Like, we're not playing any Book of Moons. We're not playing any Death Koalas. Maybe we could play Death Koala, but we're not right now. You know, we're not playing any Raigeki breaks, so I don't think this would really work as a transformation side. Yeah, I mean... the manga could be okay. I mean, the nice thing about gaining life is that we're playing Cyberstein. So if we, like, gain the full amount and go to 11,000, then we can double Stein, and that's usually enough for game. But the problem is like, there's a few problems. One, like, with our build, we're just kind of saying, hey, your Nox are dead. And if we play Momonga, like, yes, we can normal summon it, but that's really not how you're supposed to play the card. You're supposed to set it, and then they attack into it, and you get 2 more. Whereas if you normal summon it, they just won't attack it. So, like, playing this makes their crossout live. Yeah, I mean, Big Bang Shot could work. Could work. I mean, like I said, one of the cards that I was considering, I mentioned this at the beginning of the stream, was Iron Blacksmith Kotetsu. Because we have 3 targets, and, like, Premature Burial and United We Stand are, like, 2 of the better cards in this deck, particularly Premature Burial. Like, Premature Burial is basically just a better version of Last Will, because it, like, combos with our Trunade. So it's like we could play something like this to search combo pieces, but again, then it's like, oh, now their crossouts are going to be live, and their Blade Knights are going to be live, and so on. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think if you're, like, really dedicated to the OTK, I think you could play this. I will say I'm not 100% sure on MST. Like, you could just main Decree in this deck. Just, like, main 1 Decree instead of MST. It's just something to consider. Like, that would definitely work if you knew your opponent wasn't on Book of Moon, right? The problem with Decree is it doesn't stop Book of Moon. But yeah, I like the list. I like the list, and I think this deck is pretty underexplored. Like, as an OTK build, because like I said, like, the advantage that it has over something like a Cyberstein OTK is that if your opponent activates Scapegoat, like, you just don't care. You're like, oh, now it's just even easier to kill you. And I think it's, I don't know. I mean, Ben Kai is kind of similar, where Ben Kai also doesn't care about Scapegoat. But I feel like this deck can kill on, like, in the very early game much more than Ben Kai can. Just because, again, like, Rescue Cat Last Will is 8,000 damage by itself. Cold Wave does, like, nothing in this deck. Unless you're going, like, turn 1, going first, Cold Wave pass, kill you. That's, like, the only time Cold Wave does anything. I don't know. I had fun. You guys should try this deck. It's a pretty good deck. I think a side deck could use some improvement. I think the main deck is fine. I think you can maybe change a couple of cards in the main. There's no way to activate Last Will under Cold Wave, because Cold Wave has to be the first card that you play in your main phase. So if you go start a main phase 1 Cold Wave, how are you going to activate Last Will? So yeah, Cold Wave doesn't work in this deck. And so yeah, I think that's enough dueling for today. I will say I do have some new features on my GOAT format simulator. I could run Reasoning Gate next time. I also got a lot of requests for zombies, so next stream I might do zombies, because that was a highly requested deck. I think zombies are fine. I don't think they're the best deck, but I think they're fine. But yeah, I'll, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, I was gonna say, like, for my Go Format Simulator, I did do a few new features, um, but I'm not gonna show them today, because I'm I'm gonna start doing like a weekly podcast. Hopefully weekly. It might not be weekly, but I'm gonna show off the new Goat Sim features at the end of the podcast. That's like the incentive to watch. So the first episode, it's gonna be around like 40 minutes an episode, 45 minutes an episode, and it's gonna be uploaded on Sunday. So you'll get to see some new features of my Goat Format dueling sim then. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, be sure to go to my YouTube. I have some videos that I've uploaded there already about the simulator and why it's going to be better than Dueling Book. We actually ran into a few Dueling Book glitches today. So yeah, take care. Try the deck, guys. It's really fun.